Okay, we're good. We're good. Now the epilogues. Marcy. Marcy, I'm not gonna lie, I started crying again when she got the news. But she didn't join the Ghost Bloods. She didn't join them. I like that a lot. I wasn't sure. And I was like, is she gonna? Like, on the one hand, it would be cool. But after her moment with Alec and everything, like, I was like, ooh, yeah, she'd have to leave him. And she seems really happy. And this is her home, you know? So no, I'm very glad that she didn't join them. But Kelsier was there. Kelsier was physically there. And he had a spike in his eye. Interesting. I'm very curious as to how that happened. But no, she didn't join. She didn't join, and I'm cool with that. I'm not cool with Delavin. That dude sucks. I don't like him at all. And they did mention that his sister is running amok on Roshar, and I have heard Roshar mentioned at least twice before this. So, that seems pretty significant. Yeah. I went and got a milkshake at 2 o'clock in the morning because it just felt like the thing to do. And I gotta tell you, if I'm being honest, I'm not crazy about Kelsier being like, well, says it's not doing a good enough job. I gotta go have a difficult conversation with God. I don't know why, but that just feels really ominous. Steris having quotes from Wax, beautiful. And the fact that the governor wants to make her the disaster preparations officer, perfect. Perfect for her. Alriandra is a single mom going through hard times, and Wayne left everything to her. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so Kelsier can't do allomancy anymore. And he's able to exist because his soul is pinned to his bones via the spike in his eye. Okay, got it. Also, they were able to find some atium dust, so Marcia's still alive. Great, love to hear that. And so, like, are there no more Mistborn anymore? Like, now? Because, there's, like, the Feruchemy and the Hemalurgy. So that with the Hemalurgy, they can, like, give people these abilities. But are there no more fully fledged Mistborn that, like, can bend all the metals? And Kelsier, it seems like he's convinced that, like, they're at war with other gods on other planets. And he's like, holy shit, Sazed, like, it got close this time. Like, what are you doing? And Sazed kept being like, no, I've got it under control. And Kelsier's like, you clearly don't. So, oof. And he said, we need to find other allies. And he mentioned Moonlight's world, which is Sel, right, from Emperor Sol and Elantris. And then he said, the land of the Aethers, which is where Praz is from. But then he said, Mythos sounds important, but his whole thing is like, from what I understand, Sazed is like, I'm not going to just give these people this knowledge of technology. They need to figure it out on their own. And Kelsier's like, no, they don't, because other people already are giving their people stuff, and they're attacking us. And they got close. If it had been a few more weeks, they would have figured out how to make this bomb and then blow up Elendel. And I'm over here like, shit, you're both making really good points. This is interesting. But the thing that worries me is Kelsier said, like, I'm going to protect our people. Our people. Listen, Kelsier has been my favorite character this whole Cosmere journey. But there's Sazed's people, right? Like, Sazed is Harmony. He's the god of this world. But Kelsier's like, no, they're our people. And then he's like, am I going to have to protect them from you? And Sazed's just like, well, I think that depends on you. And that's how it ends? Tense. Very tense. Just a simple yes or no. This is the first and only time I'm ever going to ask this question. Am I going to... Never mind, I don't want to know. I was going to say, am I going to see or hear more from Kelsier going forward? But I don't want to know. Never mind, forget I said it. The Renette one. Ugh, I love that. I love that he's like, hey, I'm probably dead now, and I hope it was Marcy's fault, because she's always telling me I'm being too dangerous. But he's like, hey, you know what? Pimp out your joint and make something awesome. And she's like, I actually do really miss him. He was super fun to shoot. Ah, I love it. I love it. Milan. She did really love him. That's sad. And she said the Messengers and Silverlight Mercantile, and they said it's like they're beings of investiture that can connect people. They're talking about Seons, right? And this Jen Ven character, white hair, 4 arms, white skin, wide hair, and like big eyes. Huh, the Shodell people? They seem pretty cool. Also, being on this boat in the Shadesmar, kind of reminds me, the setting kind of reminds me of like the Astral Sea in like D&D 5e. And so her mission, there's like hundreds of people that are in weird outfits and they have red hair, and she's supposed to save them. That's the thing. Okay. But she kept the letter. Oh, it was real. Oh. Now, Wax, it's been 2 years, and they're building a statue of Wayne, and it's going to have interchangeable hats and interchangeable quotes. Ah, perfect. Perfect. And Wayne has also been paying people to keep leaving random things in, like, Wax's pockets and in random places. See, that's how you spend money posthumously. Stuff like that. And Marcy wants to become governor, and now she's the ambassador to the Malwish people. That's pretty cool. I like that. But even now, all these years later, nobody knows who drained the Bands of Mourning? Very interesting. Wax kept his spike? I can see why. And Marsh is here. Marsh called him brother, which is pretty funny. And it is very sad that Marcy is like, your death is Wayne really not coming back, like, for real? Even 2 years later, ugh, that was her partner, But with that, whew, I did it. I finished Mistborn Era 2. And what a landing. I'll have a full review tomorrow, but holy shit, I'm drained.